there? Do you work here?
Who? Me? Well, yes.
Could you please take a look at my son? He's been complaining of terror.
You brought him here? We don't accept emergencies or walk-ins.
I heard this hospital is famous. And it's so big. There must be someone who can help.
Well, there's no point arguing about it. I'll take a look at him. What's your son's name?
Oliver. Oliver McHale.
You wouldn't believe the patient I'm dealing with. He's throwing a fit because his operation isn't expensive enough.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his friend just had a hernia operation that cost $40,000 and he doesn't want to be outdone. He's 11 years old and filling the role of a trust fund brat perfectly. I guess it wasn't enough for him that his father pulled some strings to get him into this place. He's the son of some big shot and neither of his parents have the time to bring him here.
So how much are we charging him?
About $30,000. The operation will be performed in a deluxe suite. Not bad for a case of appendicitis.
Appendicitis? What a coincidence. I'm seeing a boy with the same condition.
Excuse me, Dr. Blaylock?
Yes, Elena?
I have a message from accounting. They say to transport your new patient. It seems the family can't afford since Caduceus isn't normally open to the public, they don't know how to deal with situations.
How much is it going to cost?
Well, the family doesn't have health insurance, so...
But transporting him now will put his life...
Unfortunately, money talks, even when it comes to health.
What do you think? Should I have him
That's a tough decision. Marcus, have you given your patient his bill yet?
No, why?
Do you mind if I handle it? Chandler, Mr. Ford, about your hospital bill. The total will...
I told you, that's not it. I can't lose to someone like Jimmy. His dad's just the president. I want a premium upgrade. Bring in like...
I'm afraid we can't. But there might be something else we can do. If you'd like to make a donation, How does...
That's it? Well, how much would the total be? But that's the same as Jimmy. That's still not high enough. I'm way...
Well, we could add 2,000 more and make...
42,000. My daddy gives me whatever... Ow!
We have the best room reserved for you.
Well then, the donation will be transferred from the hospital to the Oliver McHale Fund. Elena, prep for surgery. We've got 2...
Pretty sneaky, Val. To be honest...
It still counts as a donation, so it's not going to cause us any problem.
It'll be fine. It's in both their best interests anyway, so...
Well, let's begin the conference. The first patient, Chandler, has acute appendicitis. It appears to be in its early stages, so the However, the second patient, Oliver, seems to have the same... It looks like he's been trying to hide it.
But he's only a child.
We understand the situation. This is going to be 2 operations back-to-back.
I'm ready to see the first patient. This boy's condition is relative...
It's still too late to treat it with antibiotics. It would be best...
All right. Please begin the procedure. Please prepare to extract the appendix. First, inject the sedative. Next, we'll be cutting into the mesoappendix. Next, we'll tie 2 wires around. However, they must be tied in the appropriate places.
One goes around the base of the organ, and the up look at where the wire needs to be. Then slide it down while pressing the A button. We're done tying the base. Now for the wire around the appendix.
parts of the appendix have been... Make an incision between the two wires and remove the appendix. Now that the appendix has been severed, please place it on the tray. The appendix has been successfully removed. Affix the membrane. Looks like our first operation was... Let's close him up.
That one's...
Let's move on to our next.
Doctor, we have a problem.
What?
What's his condition?
He complained of severe pain and then went into...
Don't tell me. Is it?
We'll find out when we open him up. We have to hurry and get in there.
The pus is causing inflammation.
It's peritonitis.
Treat the inflammation and drain the pus. The appendix needs to be removed as well. Begin with a sedative. This is bad. The appendix is festering.
The patient's vitals.
Please hurry up and extract the appendix. It's secreting pus.
We must treat the pus first. I'll stop it.
The appendix has been affixed. The synthetic membrane has been affixed. Let's treat the remaining wounds. The appendectomy is... Let's close him up. This boy is... If he'd waited any longer for surgery, well, let's close him up.
Rich or poor, we're all the same under the knife. I never thought such a simple operation could put me on.
I think we've all learned something from this op.
Thank you so much, Doctor. But I thought that this hospital didn't treat...
Well, it was an emergency, so thankfully, an anonymous donor paid for your treatment.
I can't believe how fortunate we are. That donor must be an...
Yes, well, please see to getting your son health insurance so he can get the med...
Okay, I will.
You're welcome. Take...
You're very good with children, Doctor.
Thanks. I did some volunteer work. How about you, Marcus? Who are the lucky beneficiaries?
I didn't do any volunteer work.
Really? I thought that was a requirement. He's so self-centered. I haven't heard from him in I don't know how long, and now he's telling me to come to... He's got some nerve. It's like he thinks we're still dating.
That's just his personality. It can't. Besides, you already said yes. You're not on call, so think of it as a little vacation. A chance to reminisce about your college.
How, when I heard that he'd found a new type of parasite, That reminds me. How are things between...
It ended when he went back home.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. If you're so worried about this trip, then why don't you bring Dr. Vaughn? He has some time off too.
I don't know if that would be such a good idea.
I think he'd be interested in going. It sounds like a fascinating...
You think so?
Thanks, but I'll pass. Philadelphia's too far. It'd be a waste of... Besides, Robert finished his report on stigma.
Oh, come on, don't be. This information will be useful.
If it was that important, caduceus would be... A parasite isn't going to help us understand. I have no interest in a new variety.
You're going to drive all the way to Philly.
That's the plan.
That sounds like fun. I haven't been on a road trip.
Really? Then,
Are you sure it's okay?
of course, the more the merrier. I'll tell Denny it's a field trip for Caduceus Special Disease Camp.
Hey, I didn't say I was going.
What are you talking about? This is a team. I won't take no for an answer. We're all going to... That was an interesting operation, wasn't it?
I suppose. It would have been a lot more interesting, though, if the operation hadn't been performed.
Oh, don't be so cranky, Marcus. How was I supposed to know that Denny decided to become a veteran? He tried to be a nice host, right?
Look at that guy. He's driving like a maniac.
Well, I thought it was worth the trip.
Really? I'm sure what we learned will...
Yeah, like if we ever have to save a celebrity's pampered pooch. I never should have let you talk me.
All right, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. I mean, how would you feel if your college ex called you out of no...
I totally understand. Just ignore him, Doc. Hey, what's with that police?
There's been an accident. Stop.
Today's just not my day. It's worse than I thought. Someone was thrown from the car.
It seems he was the only one in...
He's breathing, but he's unconscious. The wounds on his chest are pretty bad. He's not looking so great.
I brought a set of instruments. Let's get ready.
We're going to operate here?
We'll just perform first aid. He may be suffering from damage.
Well, this has turned out to be one hell of a road trip.
We need to provide first aid. He appears to have sustained...
We need to treat these external wounds first.
We've treated his There's probably some internal bleeding. Please open him up.
This doesn't look good.
Please, use the antibiotic gel before the hemorrhaging worsens.
His vitals still aren't stabilizing. We'll have to use the magnification tool. The patient's vitals.
We've treated all the wounds, but his vitals still haven't stabilized. Doctor, something's wrong. Keep looking. Doctor, this is...
Without the...
He appears...
We need to treat these external wounds first.
There's probably some internal bleeding. Please open him up.
This doesn't look good.
Please, use the antibiotic gel before the hemorrhaging worsens.
His vital will have to use the magnification tool. The patient's vitals.
We've treated all the wounds, but his vitals still haven't... Doctor, something's wrong.
I'll stop.
Doctor, the shadow has disappeared. Please use the ultrasound again. The hemorrhaging's formed a pool of blood. The laceration has opened again. Once you've closed it, quickly suture it. Doctor,
Put the without the
He appears.
We need to treat these external
Patient's
wounds
vitals.
first.
there's probably some internal bleeding. Please open him up. Please, use the antibiotic gel before the hemorrhaging worsens.
His vital have to use the magnification tool.
We've treated all the wounds, but Doctor, something's wrong. Keep looking. The shadow has disappeared.
The
Please
patient's
use
vitals.
the ultrasound again. The hemorrhaging's formed a pool of blood. Doctor,
put the with the
He appears.
We need to treat these external wounds first.
we've treated. There's probably some internal bleeding. Please open him up.
This doesn't...
Please, use the antibiotic gel before the hemorrhaging worsens.
His vitals still aren't stable. We'll have to use the magnification tool.
Patient's vitals.
We've treated all the wounds, but his vitals... Doctor, something's wrong. Keep looking. Doctor, the shadow has disappeared. Please, the hemorrhaging's formed a pool of blood. It appears that blood has collected in the thoracic cavity. Please hurry. Now suture the incision. There may be other pockets of blood. Keep searching.
The patient's vitals.
Okay, let's close him up. If we well done, you got.
I'm done transferring him.
Well, we at least accomplished something worthwhile on this trip.
Yeah, he's one lucky guy. How many officers can say they've received roadside surgery?
You wanted to see us?
Yes. I have a favor to ask of you two.
I don't like where this is headed.
Would you mind watching this video?
In these times of skyrocketing medical costs, there remains a ray of hope for those. Only one doctor provides life-saving surgery. This is Wish Come. We're back again tonight to continue our surprising medical document. Welcome to Wish Come. I'm your host, Guy Davidson. Tonight, we have a... Now, let's bring in our hospital, Dr. Leonardo Bello.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. My question for you tonight is, are you living healthy?
Thanks for being with us, Leo. Let me compliment you on your work last week.
Thanks, Guy. But it's the patient who's... I'm pleased to report that Mr. Ellis is well on the...
I've heard of this show. It's on primetime.
Yes. They agree to cover all the medical bills, and in return, they broadcast the Ethically, I have some concerns about the show, but I hear it's rather...
Seems like a complete farce to me. So what does this have to do with...
Keep watching. You'll see.
By the way, Leo, you seemed a bit angry when you arrived at the studio.
Actually, I was. As our viewers know, this program has brought to light many serious issues with our... But I recently learned something. $300 million of our country's annual budget. Personally, that disgusts me. Where's the money going? I haven't heard any reports that would justify such an out... Research only gets us so far. What about the thousands of patients who aren't receiving...
The future of this country's healthcare looks gloomy.
I suspect the members of that organization are growing rich while the taxpayers are footing the... I doubt they're courageous enough to operate under the scrutiny of the...
You said it. Please stay tuned. We'll introduce today's patient following. Say goodbye to your medical worries and help.
What was that all about? They don't have the slightest clue.
They've publicly tarnished our reputation. Obviously, their claims are completely
Let them say what they want. They'll eat their words eventually.
I agree, but the higher-ups are outraged about... We received orders from the Secretary of Health and Welfare.
Crush them?
Yes. They want someone to make an appearance on the show.
That's why you wanted to see us?
So you actually agreed?
We had no choice. Besides, we can't just pretend like...
I can't believe that you two will be appearing.
Well, I wouldn't bet on it. One of the conditions is that if we win, they take the show off the air.
That's a pity. With your skills, I highly...
I'm a little more skeptical. My, isn't that a little cold?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll be rooting for you, but with Leonardo Bello as your opponent...
You know him?
Yes, he was well known at the medical... It may seem like he's all talk, but he's a skilled doctor.
In these times of skyrocketing medical costs, there remains a ray of hope. Only one doctor provides life-saving surgery. This is Wish. Good evening, folks. I'm sure you've all seen the previews for tonight's show. So, from Caduceus, one of our country's best funded, please welcome Dr. Vaughn.
Good evening. It's nice to be here.
Hey.
Let's start off with a simple question. What made you to...
Unfortunately, there have been a number of rumors perpetuated by the... So, we're here to... Caduceus conducts useful research and provides In fact, our research is the...
Aye, you see, what do you have to say in response?
It's not the future I'm concerned with. And if my criticism will force, then it will have served its purpose.
That's our Leo. Well then, let's introduce this evening's patient. Enrique Alvarez is suffering from a very troublesome tumor. And unfortunately, he also has complications with his heart and lungs. This has made operating on him difficult. And that is why he has come seeking help. Mr. Alvarez, Is there anything?
I'm incredibly grateful that this show has given me a chance. There were times when I got really down, but it's just that
It's just...
I'm a fan of Dr. Bellows, so I was hoping he was going to operate on me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Enrique. But there's no need if anything even slightly out of the ordinary happens, so please, let them proceed.
Really? Great!
Don't worry, Mr. Alvarez. You're in good hands.
This isn't exactly the place for it, but let's begin the brief. Like the host said, the objective of this operation will be to extract tumors from the patient also has arrhythmia, so we'll need to be careful.
Got it. We'll perform this operation.
It's finally begun! The miraculous life-changing... Will they save the patient?
Will that guy ever
Just watch it.
The abilities of Caduceus. Are they skilled surgeons?
Is he gonna shut up and let us op?
Let's handle this like we always do.
He's right. Please.
Here we go! Are you ready for some surgery?
According to the preliminary examinations, it should be around here. Please.
Hey, I think we've spotted... Oh, let's get a... they're about to extract it. The tumor is being carried out on a stainless steel tray.
There must be another tumor.
Hey now,
It's coming from...
What's this? Looks like they found something. They've discovered more tumors. Caduceus...
That takes care of one tumor.
The hemorrhaging isn't stopping. We need to treat all the tumors.
Are these tumors multiple?
We need to re-examine the areas we've already treated.
The bleeding... Oh! The hemorrhaging's severe. Hand me the drain, please.
What? You must be kidding me. The drain's not working.
Is it broken? Hurry and get a replacement.
The patient's
we'll manage
vitals.
for the time being.
Oh, no. An equipment malfunction? Get it together, Caduceus.
Here's a new drain. Huh? The EKG is showing an irregularity. Doctor, fibrillation may occur. His heart's fibrillating. Stop operating.
The patient's
Flatline.
vitals.
I'll get the defibrillator ready and...
It'll be faster if we do it by hand.
We have a pulse.
Talk about heart-pounding action. But this surgery isn't over yet.
I'd love to suture that fool's mouth shut. I'll stop it. There's not much time.
There's no sign of any other tumor.
Let's close him up and get...
There were some stumbles along the way.
Just close him up and we'll be done.
How well did the surgeons... I'm anxious to hear Dr. Bellows... Well, Dr. Bello,
First, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Alvarez. But as I suspected, I should have been...
what do you mean by that?
I would have been able to complete the operation in 3/4 the time. If this is the best they can do...
What?
Guy, why don't we settle this? Let's invite 2 patients with the same condition onto the show and do their surgery. Then the difference in...
Leo, that's a...
Of course, it depends on whether or not our guests...
Of course we are. We'll show you who's more...
You completely fell for their trap.
It's been a mess here because of your rash response.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came up.
Aren't you being a little unfair? She didn't want to go on TV in the first place. It's not...
The road to hell is paved with good intent.
Now wait a minute. The situation is not as bad as it... If they can win the competition, then we won't have anything to worry about.
Why are we treating surgery like a...
I'm sorry, Marcus. I should have objected to this more strongly. I feel responsible for the entire situation. But now that it's come to this, I have to ask you to appear on the show one more time. I promise you.
We'll be all right. We'll finish this once.
Take these artificial veins with you. The endothelialized cells are perfect for the operation. Ordinarily, they'd take a month to produce, but our technology lets us make them into... They're made of special material which is easy to suture with and prevents the... We only recently gained approval to use them.
I understand, Robert. Thanks.
Our patient is suffering from an aneurysm, but still, having these will be reassuring.
I'm sorry, Valerie, but this is a good opportunity to sway public opinion in our favor.
Maybe so, but I'd rather be researching stigma.
I'll be presenting a report on that in the near future.
Well then, Valerie, Marcus, good luck to you two.
The time has finally come. For the first time on national television, not just one, but 2, our very own Dr. Leonardo Bello will be competing against T as we near the start of the competition. What's...
A beautiful operation is performed quickly. I assure you, our view...
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Now, let's check in with Team Caduceus. I'm up.
Our only concern is the welfare of the patient, not...
We're calm and focused. We're concentrating on the procedure, not...
It seems Team Caduceus has their... Anyway, I hope they'll perform an amazing Each of today's patients suffers from aneurysms in their large intestine. This is an unprecedented opportunity to see America's best. Even though our patients are in good hands, we do have an emergency team. However, I doubt they'll be... Well, the time has come.
Well, let's begin the conference. This will be an operation on an aneurysm, so the basic treatment will be to excise the bulge. But according to the diagnosis, there seems to be another aneurysm lurking there too. Let's use this opportunity to implant the synthetic vein while dealing with the aneurysms.
Got it. Are you okay, Val?
Yes, I'm fine. Concentrate. Stay calm.
This amazing, unprecedented surgical showdown begins. You can't let your eyes miss even the slightest...
This guy isn't helping, is he?
Stay calm, everyone. Let's start the operation.
Well, here we go. Let's all do our best. I'm confirming the presence of an aneurysm. It's possible that another may form where we're... Please inject the sedative into the bulge. The sedative is taken up now. Please drain the blood. Use the force. Now suture the veins together. Looks good, but there are indications that another aneurysm may... Continue with the operation. What? Still. The procedure to extract it. First, inject the sedative. The sedative won't last long since the aneurysm has been excised. Please take care of the bleeding. The blood has been drained. Next, we will reconnect the blood vessel using the synthetic vein. Place the synthetic vein between the ends. Twist your hand to find the right angle. Now, suture the veins to the synthetic vein. More blood is obscuring the operation. Please drain it. Now suture the other end the same way. The synthetic vein has been sutured into place. Treatment of the large aneurysm is now complete.
Whoa! Did you see that? That was amazing!
There's a lot of cheering going on from that side.
Must be that surprise he mentioned.
Stay focused.
There seems to be an aneurysm. Doctor, inject the sedative directly into the bulge. An aneurysm burst. Drain the blood and treat it. An aneurysm has burst outside of our view. Use the magnification tool and look for it. Please drain the blood again. Pull one end of the vein towards... Doctor, another aneurysm is forming. Please, hurry up and treat it. I'll stop it. Another aneurysm burst. Drain the blood and take care of it, Doctor. The angle isn't right. Twist your wrist to line it up. Please close up the patient. We're done with the operation.
Well, congratulations on a...
Thank you. I'm glad it went smoothly.
I too am relieved that you were able to complete the operation. But you had me worried there for a while, since it was taking
Dr. Bello, you're already...
That can't be. We completed...
Let's take a moment to review some...
Has the healing
Incredible.
That's my trademark. I have the ability to block out all distractions. I wanted to serve a piece of humble pie to all those
Very impressive. Now, the judging is underway backstage by an independent medical who will emerge victorious.
We're leaving, Valerie.
But
We're in hostile territory. There's no reason for us to stick around, no matter what the results. Let's not give them another opportunity.
you're right, Marcus.
The results are in. Dr. Lee!
Elena, you forgot to sterilize.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, what's gotten? I know you're upset about losing the You're bringing Where are the doctors?
The director asked to see them.
Yikes, that doesn't sound good.
In these times of skyrocketing medical costs, there remains only one doctor provides. This is Wish Com.
How can you stand to watch that?
I'm not watching it because I want.
Is it your penance for the fiasco?
The Secretary of Health and Welfare is furious. However, no one is blaming you two since you performed. I called you here for another reason.
A letter?
How old-fashioned. Dear Caduceus, congratulations on your recent appearance. Seeing you perform that operation on national television, that's why I believe it's now my turn. Is this guy a doctor trying to promote himself?
Keep reading. I'm afraid it's more serious.
What you encountered at Concordia was care, the hand, and in Maryland you received soma, the body. But now I shall reveal ops, the eye, for the entire country. I assure you it will be the miracle of modern time. He knows about stigma?
It appears so. That's why I couldn't just ignore it.
Is he the one who created it? Is he the one who kidnapped Professor?
We've contacted the producers of Miracle Surgery, but they're not taking the threat seriously.
Now, the affected area is about.
Wait, this isn't an ulcer? What the? I just need to use my. No! I can't keep up with.
It's a new type of Bello can't handle this. Even with his skills, he doesn't know.
Let's go, Marcus. Ma'am, please contact the studio and order them to suspend the operation. Elena's coming with us.
Leo? Leo!
I can't.
Leo! Hold yourself together! You have to.
Step aside. We'll.
He pushed himself too hard. I guess he doesn't know his own limit. Make sure you take good care of him.
The patient's already been opened up, but her
Whoever wrote that letter called this stigma ops, which.
I do see something that looks like an eye, but
Did you notice anything while Dr.
There was some sort of reaction but it seemed like it needed. I haven't seen anything like.
So the key to this operation is to not activate the core.
Team Caduceus has suddenly burst into the. Will they save face from their defeat the other day? Will they? There's only one thing we can do.
Revenge has nothing to do with this. We're here.
That's right. Ready to begin the operation?
Team Caduceus is about to take over the operation
That stupid announcer lost his cool for a minute, but it looks like he's back to his annoying.
This is a new strain of stigma. So this is ops.
The tissue covers a wide area, but we should focus on removing the central core.
We should be able to burn it with the laser. Let's begin.
It discharged something. We better drain it in case it's hot. The laser. There are no problems with the drain this time. Keep it up. It's releasing something larger.
the patient's vitals suddenly dropped. What?
We have an analysis report from the lab. The material being discharged from the ends are nutrients. If these nutrients reach the core, it will activate and cause severe damage to the... We have to eliminate the discharges before they reach Ops' core. The discharge has been incinerated. Continue the treatment.
Oh, no! A mystery tumor!
Tumors are forming on the Ops tissue. Burn them with a laser.
Everyone watching at home, I implore you to pray for the patient and these young doctors.
The vitals!
the world just...
The core's activation caused the tumor to burst. It's wreaking havoc on the patient's vitals. Concentrate on treating the tumors first.
What in the world just happened?
The core's activation caused the tumor to burst. It's wreaking havoc on the patient's vitals. Concentrate on treating the tumors first. The core has been incinerated. Now, for the next one. The second core has been incinerated.
Oh! Awesome! Team Caduceus has successfully driven out the unknown pathogen.
Well, we must have put on one hell of a show.
I'm glad we were able to save this.
Please put your hands together for the heroes who saved another It's a miracle! 2 new stars have been born!
Give me that mic. Ladies and gentlemen, what you saw today is a new intractable disease known. It's a serious disease but Caduceus has been researched, and because of that, we were able to save. That's part of our mission. I think it's important for the public to understand what I believe that those of us in the medical field have one is to help patients, the other is to arm ourselves against. So in other words, Caduceus is fighting for all of our future.
Valerie, why don't you start wrapping it?
Every doctor is a part. Consult your local physician if you experience, and if necessary, feel. That's all I have to say. We at Caduceus hope to continue. Oh, and by the way, this will be the last.